I actually haven't finished either Possession by A.S. Byatt or This Side of Paradise by F. Scott Fitzgerald, which is what I was, last time I recorded, I said I was reading. I'm still working on them, slowly. They're just, they're meaty, very wordy stories, so it takes me a while. I did, however, I have read, or reread Antigone by Sophocles, because I was considering teaching it instead of Oedipus for my class, and I thought I would read it, and it didn't take me very long, and I really like it. I think I read it in high school. I seem to recall, but I read it. But anyway, it was really good, and so I have read one thing in the past, however long it's been since I've done one of these. But I have gotten a couple of books. I went to see my family last weekend and to see a performance of C.S. Lewis's The Great Divorce, which is one of my favorite books, and it was redone as a stage play. The title, The Great Divorce, is a response to William Blake's The Marriage of Heaven and Hell, which, if I understand correctly, William Blake thought that, with his own spirituality, thought that heaven and hell was just two sides of one coin, very sort of good, evil is equal, and they're basically the same kind of thing, that they, and hence the marriage of them. And so C.S. Lewis's response was The Great Divorce, that they are not alike, that they are not connected in any way. Anyway, so the book is it's kind of speculation of what heaven might be like, and it's really a brilliant piece. It's not a very long book, and I've read it twice in the past 10 years, and it's a really good book. And the performance was excellent. So anyway, I was there, and my parents and some of their friends were having a combined garage sale. And there, of course, there were books there, so I had to go through and look at the books. And I found two that I bought for 50 cents a piece, and I wanted to share them. One I haven't read, but I keep meaning to, is The Lord of the Flies by William Golding. I know what it's about. I don't know why I've never read it. It's not even that big of a book, and I've just never read it. So I bought this and hope to read it soon. I know this sounds weird, but I kind of want to compare it to Peter Pan, because it's both like islands with boys who are unsupervised. I mean, I know Peter Pan's a children's story, and this one isn't so much, but I'm curious. That's where my brain goes. So I bought that, and then I bought, which I read years ago, and for some reason no longer have my copy, Judy Blume's, starring Sally J. Friedman as herself. I read it, I guess, middle school. It's set in 1947, so right after the war. Sally J. Friedman, is Jewish, and sort of, she has this very interesting fantasy world in her own head. She wants to be Esther Williams, the swimming star. I haven't read it in years, and when I saw it there, I was like, I really would like to read it again, because I haven't read Judy Blume in a good long time. Most people know Judy Blume for Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, or Tales of the Fourth Grade Nothing, which were both excellent books. So, anyway, about that. And then I also, for free, was looking through the bags, and my parents' friend who was selling stuff, saw me eyeing this bag. It's canvas, and gave it to me for free, instead of, I didn't have to buy it. Canvas bag, lots of space, for books and notebooks and things like that. So I'm kind of excited about it. So that was my last weekend. And then this weekend, since I was really frustrated that I was reading words and words and words in Possession, and just don't feel like I'm getting very far. And I'm forcing myself not to skim, which is my natural reaction to page-long paragraphs with no dialogue. Sorry, that's just my reaction since I was a student. I have been reading, started yesterday, Bird by Anne Lamott. I bought it for sometime this year, and I've never read anything by Anne Lamott. I know who she is. I know a lot of people like her. I know she's a Christian, but also a writer, and writes, I believe, just mostly nonfiction. But this is like one of the quintessential writing books, supposedly. And it was written in 1994, so some of the things she says seem a little dated. But I started last night. I've read 50 pages of it. Well, actually longer than that, because the intro is particularly long. And, some of it, it's, writing and about life. And some of it is stuff I've heard. There were some not so very nice reviews about it on Goodreads, but sometimes it's nice to hear them again, about writing about it being something you have to get up every morning or every evening and put in a good hour or two, that it's a job, even if you're not getting paid. things about character and plot, writing what is true. I mean, I've underlined so much of it, just quotes and things like that, that, I mean, inherently I believe I knew, but it's nice to sometimes have it verbalized, or I guess verbalized in written form. So anyway, I really like it. I would highly recommend it. There's a couple of really good writing books that I like. This one so far, Stephen King's On Writing, and Brenda Euland's If You Want to Write, I think is what it's called. Also a really good book, and encouraging. These are not so much, I mean, some of it's structure and, you know, the nuts and bolts, but some of it's just encouragement, and I think sometimes writers need a lot of encouragement. I know I do. So I'm reading that. Probably will get done with that way before Possession or This Side of Paradise. But that's pretty much it for me. It's almost October, and it's starting to feel like fall outside, and it makes me so very happy. I want tea and things to smell like pumpkin and cinnamon and pine. I'm not sure if that combination would be excellent. And to be able to wear sweaters. That's what I want. Have a good however long until I see you again. Always, if there are any comments or any suggestions on books I should read, maybe short books where I could read them fast, that would be really nice. Anyway, you can do so down below, and thank you so much. I will talk to you later. Peace.